In this video, we'll look at cam and nesting. Once we've drawn a shape, we can go ahead and send it over to our cam screen. Toolpaths will automatically generate for the shape. You can see inside lead-ins were generated for holes, and outside lead-ins were generated for the outside of the cut. Manipulating lead-ins is very simple. If we want to change the position of where the lead-in is, we just click on the lead-in, which is represented by the red diamond, and we can move it anywhere on the shape we would like it to go. We can also modify the type of lead-in. So if we don't want to lead out, we can remove it. We can also change the type of lead-in. At the top, the two main settings you work with when in the cam screen are the project settings and the plasma settings. The project settings is where you will choose the size of your material and the type of material. So if we had a 36 by 36 inch square, we're going to cut this out of 1/4 inch mild steel. Just put that information in, and then we'll go here and we'll select our plasma settings. Here's where we'll select the type of nozzle that we're going to be using and the amperage of the cut. We can also select if we want the best quality cut or fastest cutting. We'll automatically update the feed rate. If we just needed one of these parts, we could now send it to cut. However, if we wanted to nest multiples of this part, we could select either grid nesting or true shape nesting, and I'll demonstrate the differences. Grid nesting will take into consideration the overall extents of the shape and place as many of them in as a grid as possible. Obviously, this isn't the most efficient way possible. We can also change the spacing in between the part. If we wanted a more precise nest, use true shape nesting. And change the steps of rotation. This will be the degrees the program rotates the part, trying to fit the best quantity into the size of the material you've selected. You can see by using true shape nesting we've saved quite a bit of material. Another feature that's available within true shape nesting is the fill sheet command. What this will do is allow you to put as many pieces as possible within the size material that you've selected without knowing the exact number that's going to fit. Another option is to use the automatically add workpieces. That'll do is allow you to input the number of parts you need without knowing how much material it will take up. If the parts are going to span multiple sheets, for instance if we said we wanted 75 of these, it will nest them as tightly as possible on a single sheet of material and continue to add sheets of material until the number that you requested is reached. Apparently I didn't add enough. Here we can see the first sheet, and the remainders of the quantity requested. After the toolpaths have been generated, if we wanted to cut the first sheet, we just send it over to the cut screen and we could hit run. After this sheet had finished and we've loaded our next piece of material, we return to the cam screen, click sheet 2, and send it to cut. We're not limited to a single shape, however. If we had more than one different part that we wanted to cut and nest at the same time, just simply send them over to the CAM screen, select the parts, click on nesting, and then by selecting the different parts, it will highlight it in the screen. If we wanted 20 of these lifting lugs and only 14 of this part, we can enter that quantity here and then click Start Nesting. Again, once it's nested, we just send it over to the cut screen and we can hit run.